Hello, friends, and welcome. I'm Sarah Liz from Sassy's LLC, and I cannot wait to show you my new membership program. If you're new to my channel, I make emergency card kits. They're free printable kits full of sentiments and card sketches that come out twice a month on the first and third Friday. In September, we had 5 kits. October is going to be jam-packed as well. And so this is all kind of leading up to me sharing with you a project I've been working on for about 6 months. I cannot thank you enough. Those of you who share my videos, who give thumbs up, who leave the kindest, most encouraging comments. And so this membership program is meant to do 2 things. One, I wanted to bring our community closer together. There is a free option for you to join. One of the membership options is currently under paid because I need to test it before I sort of let it go to free, but I'm going to show it to you today. It is a show and tell space for us to share our card projects and pictures and things like that. So super excited about that. But there will always be a free membership option where you can come and join us and chat with the group and get bonus content. I know, very exciting. There are paid membership options, and I want to show those to you as well. There are incredible tools that I have been using for about a month now and testing them to help you search for card sketches, search for related videos, find any kits that have alternative spellings like Australian and British spelling, search the individual sentiments themselves. We have over 1,000 sentiments, and I have a database where you can search and find exactly the sentiment you want and then just click on the download. I know. So let's go ahead and dig in. In the description box below the video, at the very top, there is a link to my Patreon. It's just patreon.com/Sassy'sLLC. And then it will look like this, and you can click Join for Free. This is going to show you the different paid membership options that are available. And I'm going to walk you through these and what's included in each one. There are actually 4 paid options, kind of depending on how zoomed in you are. You may have to scroll either way to see the different options, okay? So option number 1 is just that free membership, and you can up at the top click Skip for Now, okay? You can always go in and change your membership later by clicking on that membership tab, but it's letting me know, hey, I'm in here, I can see things. I have pinned at the very top this early bird download and bonus content, okay? So this will take you to Google Drive, and it has next Friday's emergency card kit. It's volume 48, it's called Cute Holiday. And I am absolutely in love with the fonts on this one. I hope you enjoy it too. So we have all of our standard pieces, right? We have the circles with the circles around it, without the circles. We have our rectangle sentiments. Then we have our strip sentiments, just like always, and a card sketch, okay? This card sketch has a pink circle that is 3 inches. And I'm gonna show you, I'll try to pop up on the screen here, a card I have already made, where instead of using pattern paper there or using maybe some ephemera there, I have used a large 3-inch sentiment. So as I keep scrolling down, starting on this page, this is bonus content. This is content that is available to certain paid membership tiers, but you can get it for free if you sign up for Patreon this weekend. This will be available for free until Sunday at midnight. That's Sunday, September 29th. After that, it's available through paid membership, or it's available in the shop, and you can purchase that extra content that is part of this kit. So we have 2 additional fonts here that are the fonts I used on the circle and rectangle sentiments. Because of the way these fonts work, they're also bigger. These are 3/8 of an inch instead of being just a 1/4 inch. And I know a lot of you have requested those larger fonts. Then we have the strip sentiments from before, but with white text on black. Then the larger ones in the new fonts, white text on black. And then there are 3 pages at the bottom that take those circle sentiments and make them bigger for you. I am going to show you in this video, if you have access to the resizable sentiments, some paid membership tiers, you can download them all as image files, and I'll show you how to do that today. But if not, or if you're not very techie and that feels overwhelming, for this kit, if you get it this weekend, all of these have a circle around them that is 3 1/4 inches. And so you can print these out. It has all of them. And then you can use those on that card sketch and they will fit perfectly in that 3-inch circle. I had extra space, so these two at the very bottom have been repeated. Choosing which platform to use for my membership was a little bit challenging. And one of the things I struggled with when choosing Patreon was that it can be a little overwhelming sometimes to try to find things. So I'm going to try to explain the layout here. When you log into the home page, it's kind of like Facebook. It's like you're looking at just my page and just my posts, okay? And so on that first one, you could see things, but on this one, you can't. Here's what happened. This post is available to everyone, and I have pinned it at the top to make sure that it's easy to find while it's available, okay? But this is currently someone who signed up as a free member. As you scroll down, you will see the posts for paid membership. Like this is a post telling Sassy supporters what their password is. They will be able to open that. The Sass-keteers have a password. The champions have a password. And then we have the searchable databases. So if you're ever like, this is the post I want to get to, I don't know how to get to it, you can click upgrade to unlock. This particular database is for that top tier, the Sassy champions, and it's $25 a month. It's really important for me to tell you, please don't sign up using an iPhone or an iPad. Apple is the devil. I'm sorry, you guys. I used Apple products for years, but Apple has decided that anything purchased through their app store, which would include a membership or anything from a Patreon shop, is going to be upcharged by 30%. 30%. I don't get that money. Apple takes that money, okay? So if at all possible, if you are purchasing a paid membership or a product from the shop, try to do that from your computer or do that from an Android device, okay? So if you're looking at things on your end and it looks like things are more expensive, it's probably because you're on an Apple product. Free members also have access to our community tab. Right now, the only one you can see is the FAQ, which is where we're posting questions about finding things on Patreon or using Patreon, questions about kits or how to use the kits, anything like that. We're going to try to keep this one really reserved for sort of essential Q&A sorts of things. There is also a chat for show and tell, and right now I have that as a paid membership option so that I can test it with a smaller group before I move it to the free option. I want that to be in the free option area. Let's take a look at the paid membership options. So I have the free account right now, and if I click on membership, or when you're first logging in, before you click join for free, it will show you the membership options. These build. So the Sassy Friend is the lowest tier of paid membership. It's $2 a month. The Sassy Supporter is going to get everything that the Sassy Friend membership gets. And then as you're sort of reading through, I've put the new items, the added items at the top, and so on. So then the Sass-keteer is level 3. It is $12 a month. And the Champion is level 4. It is $25 a month. So I want to talk you through what each of these includes. The Sassy Friend will get access to sneak peeks of upcoming content. Sometimes, like today, if I have a kit done early, though I got to be honest, guys, this is the earliest I think I've ever had a kit done. But if I have a kit done early, you may get early access to that kit. Digital downloads, if there's bonus content, sometimes it will be available to that Sassy Friend level. Some bonus content is available to higher levels. Voting and polls. All paid members will get to vote in polls, and that will have sort of a heavier weight or a heavier pull than just comments on my YouTube channel, access to the community chat, and early access to D-Stash sales. I want to show you community chat again. So in addition to that FAQ, starting at the $2 level, you also have access to this emergency card show and tell. This is a place for you to share pictures of cards that you have made that are inspired by emergency card kits, whether it's from one of the sketches or because you're using a sentiment but not the sketch, right? As long as it's sort of generally related to emergency cards, it can go here. And then I think we can also then comment on and build our community this way, get to know each other a little better. I know many of you post to Facebook, but that's sort of limiting. Some people don't have Facebook, or they don't feel like that's a real great place to share, or maybe you've been posting and I haven't seen it and I want to see what you made. So starting at the $2 level, you have access to this chat. I have not used this before. And so if you are a paid member, please post and post soon. I want to see how this works. I'm sure there's going to be a learning curve, so I appreciate your patience with me as I'm sort of navigating this too. Then early access to D-Stash sales, as you might imagine, I have been working with companies for a couple years now, and they send me a lot of product. Like, you guys don't see everything that gets sent to me. And my craft room is full to bursting. And so I need to get rid of some things. If I'm de-stashing, I am looking for new homes for things. There may also be like mystery boxes on there, and I will just pack full like a medium-sized flat rate box, right? And that'll go in the D-Stash sale. So hopefully you can get some really good bargains. Some things I will show you, and I'll be like, here's this grouping of things, and you can purchase stuff where you know what you're getting, because I know that mystery boxes can be scary. So at $5 a month, we get all of the things from the $2 a month level, but then we get extra content like the ability to search kits by theme with links to videos, and to search kits by card sketches with links to videos. So I want to show you something else that's all the way up here at the top, right? Here's sort of our toolbar. If you go to collections, okay, that is going to have organized for you resources by paid membership tier. I don't have anything to add to that $2 level right now, so it doesn't have a collection, but when there is, I will add that in here. So we're looking at the Sassy supporter level, and I'm going to click on that. And so what you have is the Sassy supporter password. All of the passwords are case sensitive, okay? And they'll change every month. These are paid memberships, and so I want to preserve the integrity of what you're purchasing. You may have to click on this and then scroll down to page 2, because this likes to give a preview. And I wasn't sure how much of that preview it's going to show to everybody. Then we have the Sassy supporters, searchable sketches and themes. Okay, and it looks kind of like this. I'm actually going to copy this link, and I'm going to open it in a different browser so that it doesn't know it's me. So when I put in that link, it is going to ask me for a password. That's why the password is always going to be linked right there. Okay, so I want to make sure you always have an easy way to find that password if you're not sure. I'm going to click verify, and it's going to take me in to our database. So this is what the Sassy supporter database looks like. I have gone through and I have counted all of the kits as they're sort of being added in here. There are over 60 of them. You guys, there's a lot. There's a lot. And most of them have card sketches. So if it has a sketch, I've included the sketch. If it doesn't, I have included a picture of the card, or I have included a picture of the thumbnail from that video. It will also tell you important information like when the kit was released, and it will link you to the different videos associated with that kit. Some of them have one, especially early on, they would just have one. Some have 2 or 3. Video 1 is always going to be the sort of release day video. Video 1 is like your starter video. Video 2 is typically your stepped up video. When I click on that, it will take me straight to the video. I can watch for inspiration and tips and tricks if I want, or I can just go ahead and download the kit. One of the other cool things about these databases is that as you're scrolling down, you will find there are often placeholders for things that are coming up. So if you want to know what might be coming, you can often find it here. These are tentative. These are always subject to change, right? But this is how I keep track of what's coming and what I think might work with some ideas that I have. So that is there for you. You will also always find at the bottom some blank ones. Nothing is broken. You aren't missing anything. That's just an easy way for me to continue adding content to these databases. You'll notice in this one, right, we have the sketch, the date. We have what kit number and what the themes were, links to the videos, but then it says unlock direct downloads of kits and resizable images by upgrading your membership. As you upgrade, this database gets better. Okay, so let's take a look at the next tier. The next membership level is the Sass-keteer, and it's $12 a month. And for that $12, you get some really cool upgrades. So you're going to get everything that the other membership options gave you, but you also get direct downloads in that searchable database, and you get direct downloads of resizable sentiments. So let me show you what that looks like. When I go into collections, I can click on Sass-keteer resources, and then it will show me the password option. So I can go and look up that password, and then the searchable sketches and themes. So when I log into this database, you'll see some upgrades, right? All of this top part is the same: sketch, date, number, theme, and video links. But then I can also click on American, and that will directly take me to the PDF that I can download. For this particular kit, I can see there's also an alternative spelling, and I can click on that one, and it will give me the spelling for Australian and British English. I didn't add new kits with that alternative spelling. This is just the kits that were already released in that alternative format. Then there is a link to the resizable sentiments, and I can click on that, and it's going to take me to a place where I can download a zip drive. These image files are currently being housed in OneDrive instead of Google Drive, so the download button is in a different spot. I'm going to click the download, and then when I open it, it's going to be a zip file. There's a zipper on the folder. So I need to take those files and copy them and paste them into a different folder so that I can insert them into a document and manipulate them. I'm going to work in Microsoft Word because this is where I'm most comfortable, but you could do this in any word processing program. You could do it in Canva. There's lots of ways. But hopefully this will teach you like what you need to look for and where to go. So I have my document open, and then I can just grab the second page. This is the one with my circle sentiments that don't have the printed circle, and I just dragged and dropped it in here. Otherwise, I could go to Insert and Picture, this device, and try to find it on my computer. This was faster. This is not the same size as my 8.5 by 11, and I'm having a hard time moving it. So I'm going to double click, and it's going to open this picture format toolbar. Sometimes it opens on the right hand side depending on the version of Word that you have. But what we want to do is change the wrap text options. Behind text or in front of text will both work. I want my image to ignore the margins that I've set when I'm typing in this document. Okay. If you're like, Sarah, I don't see the picture format options. I don't see wrap text in the same spot. If I just go up into the search bar and type wrap text, I can find the same options. I really like Microsoft Word because this search bar is so good. The next thing I want to do just to get started is to change the size of the image. So again, double clicking, I get this toolbar. This is the size of my image right now. And I want this to be 11 inches tall and 8.5 inches wide, okay? And that means that this is going to be the same size sentiments as you have in your PDF. What this lets me do is delete some and repeat others. So I can double click on this, or maybe that toolbar is still open, and I'm going to crop. If you don't see that option, you can type it into the toolbar. Okay, go to crop picture. It's going to create these dark spots. That's where I can pull the image to delete things, right? So I'm going to start up here. I'm looking for my cursor to turn into that upside down T. And I'm going to start by getting rid of the header. I don't want to print that. I don't want to waste the ink on it, right? Maybe I really like this top row of sentiments, but I don't really want to print all of them. I just want that top row as many times as possible. So I pulled down from the top and then I'm going to pull up from the bottom. When I click away, it removed everything that wasn't in that little highlighted box. Then I can right click and copy and right click again and paste. Or if you're good with your shortcuts, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. And I can do that and fill my page and print only the sentiments I want. But let's go back a step. Let's say I wanted to resize these, okay? So I'm going to crop a little further. Picture format, crop, or type crop in your search bar, and I'm going to narrow this down to just 1 sentiment. Here we go. So here he is. I can move him wherever I want. I want to make sure that this is going to print to the perfect size. So I can insert a shape. I'm going to go to Insert up top, Shapes, and then I can choose from any of these shapes. In our sketch, we have a 3-inch circle. So I clicked on the circle and then I get to sort of draw it on here. That is way too big, but that's fine. So I can come over here. I'm in my shape format. It pops up as soon as I draw it. I know that in my card sketch, it is a 3-inch circle. So I want it 3 inches high and 3 inches wide. There's my circle. I promise my sentiment is still there. It's just behind the circle. Okay. So I might decide I want to be able to see that sentiment better, right? I can either send the circle backward. I can go send backward. I'll show you. Okay, send backward, that would work. Or I can get rid of the color that's filling in the circle. It doesn't look like color. It's only because it's the same color as the background. So over here is this bucket. I want no fill. And then my circle becomes just a line around my sentiment. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in. I have my sentiment in here. And I'm going to pull from the corner to change the size of the sentiment. That's going to keep the proportions the same. If I pull from the side, see that? I don't want it to stretch it and make it all weird. Okay, so pull from the corner. If you're using a different program and you're finding that things are changing shapes, try holding down the Shift key or the Control key while you resize things. Sometimes that will help to lock the aspect ratio. That's the wording you want, lock aspect ratio. Or Google your software program and lock aspect ratio and see what happens. A lot of times there are really quick tips and tricks, but it changes by software. Okay, let's say I want more than one circle sentiment on my page. So I'm going to have another circle. I might even just make a whole bunch while I'm at it, right? And I'm going to make sure that they fit before I start adding large sentiments. Sometimes I'll forget to do this and then I go to print it, and when I try to cut them out, they don't fit. Okay, so I am centering that one here, and then I am going to click on my sentiment, Control C for copy, Control V for paste. I'm going to drag this into the next one, but maybe I don't want to repeat the same one every time. So if I double click on this, right, it's opening that picture format bar, or I can type crop up here. I'm going to crop this picture again. Well, look at this. Around the edges, the rest of that image is showing up again. So I can, when I see the 4 compass arrows, I can drag and switch which one is showing up. So I didn't have to crop from the beginning every time. I do have a little bit hanging out over here, so I'm going to crop one more time just to tidy that up. Okay, so I can do that over and over again to make different sentiments, different sizes. I could create my shapes in different sizes. Though before I go to print this, I will delete my circles since they are exactly the same size as what I want to cut out. Both the $12 Sass-keteer level and the $25 Champion level have access to resizable sentiments. But if there are images in the kit, either as part of the sentiments or a few of the kits have images that are independent of the sentiments, Those are unlocked at the next tier of membership. The final level of membership is the Sassy Champion. It is $25 a month. It gets everything that the other tiers get and a few more really cool options. This one says bonus downloads, and it actually starts at the Sass-keteer level, and I forgot to tell you about it. So let's talk about it now. Bonus downloads might mean additional sentiment sizes or colors or fonts. It might mean that you get digital paper when the kit didn't otherwise contain digital paper. It might mean that you get some clip art. If you've attended the Stress-Free Card Maker Summit that started today, I released my first set of sort of digital ephemera. That starts at the Sass-keteer level, but you can get that here as well. What changes then is that while you have resizable sentiments at both tiers, you would get those resizable images like the clip art and the digital paper starting at the champion level. This also means that some sentiments that have images in them, those images may not be available as resizable sentiments. And part of that has to do with early on how I was sourcing some of those materials, okay? And the ways that I purchased a license for them. So these days I'm creating my own content to make sure that I have full control over that. But if you're seeing a kit that's not available to be resized, that's why. But this one also then gives you access to the searchable sentiment database. So let's take a look. So in collections, I'm going to click on the Sassy Champion resources. There are 3 things linked in here: your browsable sentiment database, your searchable sketches and themes, and then the password page as well. When I click on this, it's going to take me to the database. It will ask me to input my password, and then I can find 1,000 or more sentiments. These have tons of ways to search, okay? So they are in here by release date, kit number, kit theme. That theme is the same thing that you'll find in the top right-hand corner of the printable. And so sometimes the theme is really helpful and I can just search for birthday kits, but there are lots of birthday sentiments in kits that had other themes. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to search for those sorts of things. You can search by number of pages, right? You can kind of tell this is a 14-page kit. Where are the really big, awesome kits? By searching that way, though they certainly get bigger later on. The early kits only had circle sentiments and a card sketch. Every individual sentiment in its complete wording is here. There are 2 sections for tags, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I'll show you how to search by size. So early on, again, we just had circle sentiments, but later you start to see like 1/4-inch strips and circles, and then later still we added in our rectangle sentiments. Okay, let's say I find the sentiment that I want. Maybe it's this one. I'm going to click on the left and it sort of highlights that row, helps me keep track of things. Happy birthday, here's to another year of questionable life decisions. When I scroll to the right, I can just click here to open up the download. Okay, it's not going to download it for you, but it will take you into Google Drive so you can download it like normal. If there's an alternative spelling, that will be linked here. Any videos are linked here. I have 1 or 2 that have like 4 videos, so I might add another column. Then it will let you know, are there inside sentiments, sub-sentiments, images in the kit, or digital paper. That way you can sort by those items. Most of my sorting, as I have been testing this database, happens in kit theme, sentiment, and tags. So if I want to search the wording, right? I know that somewhere along the way, there was a sentiment that had something to do with drinks, okay? I'm gonna open up, do you see that? This little chevron, they all have little chevrons at the top. Right now, everything is checked. That is listing every single item in this column. So I want to uncheck them, okay? I want to search and narrow that down to the word drink. Select all search results. It will do that automatically and I can click apply. And what it did was to find me only sentiments that have that word in it. If I'm like, that's not what I wanted, never mind, if I click on this, there is an option that says clear filter. That's what I did. I filtered this. I'm going to click that and it all goes back. Maybe I just want to search by sort of general themes and categories. Full disclosure, not every sentiment is tagged yet. They're about 80% tagged. That's the piece that was taking me the longest. So I'm still working on that. The newest ones are tagged, and then the first, I don't know, 20 or 30 are tagged. So if I go into tags, okay, once again, I always begin by clicking this select all. I don't want anything checked when I go to put my search terms in. I know I need a birthday sentiment. So I'm going to type in birthday, select all search results. Yes, apply. Okay, and so what it did was to hide everything that isn't tagged as a birthday sentiment. Every single one of these is going to say birthday. Now, what if I want it to be a sassy birthday sentiment? Even though this one says birthday and sassy, you can't actually search by two things in the same filter. So that's why there's a second one. I'm going to leave that filter on and I'm going to come into tags 2. I'm going to unselect everything and I'm going to type in sassy. If you want funny sentiments, they are listed as sassy because this is Sassy's LLC. But I love funny sentiments. So I've typed in sassy. It's going to select all those search results and apply. And now everything that it's showing me is tagged as both a birthday and sassy sentiment. I generally have found I don't need more than 2 sets of tag filters. If you guys find, hey, we would really like another 1 or 2 of those, let me know. I can add them. I just didn't want this to get too bulky, okay? But at this point, I can just keep scrolling. These are all sassy, funny birthday sentiments, okay? All right, my friends, that's my membership program. You can join completely for free. And if you do, pinned at the top will be this early bird 48 full download. You just click on it. It takes you to my Google Drive. And this will have not only the complete kit that is launching next Friday, but all of that bonus content. Everything after the card sketch, that is only available until midnight Sunday Central Time. So that's Sunday, September 29th. Unless you have certain tiers of paid membership, so it will start at the Sass-keteer level, you would still have access to those items. I hope you're excited about this. I hope you'll join even if you're not interested in a paid membership. I look forward to getting to know all of you even better. I appreciate you spending your time with me, and I will see you next time.